Greetings, good life. Let's continue on with my reading of the Benevolent Magic blog. This one was posted originally on Sunday, January 1st of 2006, and it's called Leadership with Grace. Greetings and best wishes for the coming year of 2006. I have a lot of good feelings about this year, and I feel that many connections will be made between peoples around the world with each other, so much so that even news services that we think of as conventional or day-to-day, and governments as well, will take note. This is a good thing, really, because if we cannot always rely benevolently on our elected representatives and on our corporations to make peace and benevolence for us in the world, then it is up to us to support them. I know the traditional thought is that it's for governments and corporations to support us. Governments with protection and organization and support when we need it, and corporations with products that we need or desire. But many times it is up to us as the people to create a notification system to both governments and businesses that we have different desires. Then they may understand, and that by signaling our desires in a benevolent way, we can help them to understand that much of what they've been doing may not be entirely necessary, or that we are prepared to accept their doing things in a different way. I know many of you will say this is idealistic or even unrealistic, but I feel that the entirety of communications is changing so fast that it's difficult for large institutions to keep up. You know what I mean. Blogging is certainly one of these things, and there are many, many others. So let's take a leadership position this year. We don't have to march in the streets and wave flags. We can. We don't have to write letters and campaign with protestations. We can. I would recommend something different, and that's that we continue to communicate with each other. We speak to each other as human beings and talk about what we desire and what we feel would be most beneficial for us all. And as you can tell by the name of this site, that we make it clear that we would appreciate benevolence for all beings. And I feel this last part is the most important, that we are not demanding nor expecting perfection. Perfection is always identified and defined differently from group to group, to say nothing from person to person. Let's give ourselves permission to make mistakes and to request that they be recoverable. You might think it's strange to request to make mistakes, but if they are recoverable, especially with humor and good cheer and cooperation, then we can convert catastrophic mistakes that are unrecoverable to something that is recoverable and will allow us, in the best of conscience and benevolence, to laugh off our mistakes and say, okay, let's do it better. Let's continue on Blogger and other places to work out our own forms of communication and to establish communion with each other in the most benevolent way. We don't have to ballyhoo this. Others will notice it and will talk it up for us. Communion, or true communication with benevolence, as I define communion, is something that we can all feel good about, I believe. I hope you feel good about it too. To lead does not require that we stand on the mountaintop and proclaim our absolute authority. It might be perfectly acceptable and much easier to lead by expressing our needs, encouraging benevolence, and welcoming benevolence from others. This is what I believe. I'd be interested to know if you feel it has any merit. Good life to you all, and good night.